caucus, which is still, I get choked up even saying that out loud. The nonprofit boards that David served on, including almost too many to mention, but the Madison Area Chamber, Nashville Pride, the LGBT Chamber, Madison Rotary, as a volunteer for King's Daughters, and Music City Center, Nashville Fair, signing out my life. There you go. If there was a community need, you'd find David there. I was asked earlier, why this street, why this location? We're very, very proud of Madison Station Boulevard and the three mayors and a couple of generations that it took to make it happen. David was involved every step of the way. There is no doubt that the Madison Renaissance that you see happening right now had a lot to do with how David treated people. And so it's important that whenever you walk along David McMurry Way, going to Madison Station Boulevard or coming and going through this area, that you remembered that he was a part of that. It's also very close, walking distance to several of the nonprofits that he served on. Historically, this is the first African American in Madison that has had an honor of this type. And in this whole city, this is the first African American gay man who's been honored. And I say first because we anticipate many more in the future. I wanted to thank you all for coming. I'm just going to read the ordinance that provided this opportunity. Big shout out to the property owners and businesses along this area that have supported David in many different ways. An ordinance providing the honorary street name designation of David McMurry Way for a portion of Woodruff Street. Whereas David McMurry was an important and active member of the Nashville community, he was known for his community service, which included work with nonprofits and business groups, and even running for office. Whereas he was a vocal LGBTQ activist and advocate, serving on the board of directors for the LGBT Chamber of Commerce and Nashville Pride. He had also recently joined the steering committee for the Human Rights Campaign Nashville. And whereas Mr. McMurry was deeply engaged in the Madison community, serving as an ambassador, a board member, and president of the Madison Rivergate Area Chamber of Commerce, where he started Madison Mondays, a networking group, as well as serving on the Madison representative of the Neighbor to Neighbor Board of Directors, and serving as a member of the Board of Historic Nashville, and winning the title Best Neighbor 3 years in a row from the Madison Rivergate Area Chamber of Commerce. Best of awards. Whereas Mr. McMurray also proudly served the city of Nashville through his appointment of the Convention Center Authority in 2016 and reappointment in 2018. And whereas David McMurray left a significant impact on Nashville, and his presence in Music City is deeply missed. He was an important person in Madison, the LGBTQ community, and Nashville as a whole. And whereas Chapter 13.08 in the Metropolitan Code provides for the designation of honorary street names and signs without amending the official street and alley acceptance and maintenance map, and without requiring residents and businesses to change their addresses. Therefore, being enacted by the Council of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County, that Woodruff Street between Gallatin Pike and Madison Station Boulevard is hereby designated with the honorary street name of David McMurry Way. This honorary street designation shall not require residents located on Woodruff to change their street address. The Nashville Department of Transportation and Multimodal Infrastructure is hereby authorized and directed upon the enactment and approval of this ordinance to install the appropriate signage designating this section of roadway as David McMurry Way. This ordinance shall take effect from and after its adoption, the welfare of metropolitan government in Nashville and Davidson County required. I want to thank all the council members that are here today. Raise your hand. Thank you for this. It is voted unanimously by the Metro Council, and we are here today to celebrate that. Thank you so very much. Without further ado, I want to introduce you to the
we're all here frowning or crying, he would want us all to be smiling and having a great time and possibly playing pranks on one another. So, well, you know what? We don't know he had a choice in that, but I'm sure he would have loved to see this. So, David was, he was my best friend. He's the best person I could have asked to be in my life. And gotta suck it up before I start crying because he wouldn't have wanted that. He was the very first person to welcome me back home. I grew up here in Madison. I left and worked in Louisiana for 10 years. And he was the very first person, even before I had moved back, he was adding me on Facebook and messaging me and asking how he could help. And he barely knew me, which is just so indicative of who he was as a person. And he made me feel so welcome and so supported walking into an unknown situation. I had no clue I was really going to be working with or really what I was walking into at all. So he just made me feel like I could do anything. And I feel like he made you all feel like that too. Because that was part of his charm, is he would make everyone feel welcome. He would make everyone feel like they belonged. And he made you feel like you were the only person in the room when he was talking to you. And I've learned so much about the person that I want to be just by being around him. So, that being said, welcome to this Memorial Street on his favorite holiday. And we can say that because you can't say anything bad about a dead person. But we want to invite you here on this very special day to smile, to be happy, to laugh and remember all of your hilarious David stories, because I know we all have them. And most importantly, his final Facebook post was a meme that said, "Throw kindness like confetti." And that's what inspired us to make this David McMurry Way, because we all want to walk that way. We all want to live that way. We all want to affect others the same way he did. So this is David McMurray Way.
Amen.
Thank you. And now we're going to see if we can actually rip this off. It could be a hilarious moment, and Chris is spotting me. I don't know if that was the best choice now, because I think he'd think it's funny if I fell. But
David would.
yes, he would. If this doesn't work, he just would have laughed and said, "Well, that's about right."
And please remember, today is the first day for early voting. You can vote at the Madison Library. David will want you to do that.
Yes, exercise your civil right. Please vote. All right, here we go. Can we do like a countdown, and then if it fails, it'll just be funny?
3, 2, then
Okay, 3, 2.
Okay, yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I did. Oh, I did.
Okay.
Okay. So, round 2.
Crew coming.
Okay, so somebody that has editing skills, you can edit out the part where they're coming in.
No, we need it all.
And then like, it'll just be me, and then it'll cut awkwardly to it being on. It's clipped really hard. Pretty good clip.
There we go.
Sorry, I wasn't climbing the ladder.
Okay, you guys want to do it? Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Yay! Thank you, guys.
You made double keys.
And if anybody wants to do a fly-by-night ribbon cutting with us, you know David loves a ribbon cutting for music. He wants to have a ribbon cutting with a tiny little pair of scissors and a tiny little ribbon for the new remote in the 54-inch TV room. Yeah. So if you want to join us to do one of those quickly, not today, let me know. We can come and sneak and do it, and it'll make it even more fun.
Thank you, everybody. Please share your stories about David with each other. And then they got to start working on the road again in 10 minutes.
Oh, we stopped construction.
Yeah, stop it.
Held it down. Of course he did.